looking to face, or just kind of?
I would much rather race against Pete. Flad is a monster.
Oh,
by the way,
and
nice.
We're getting off.
Cool. So I guess I'll take movement skills and stuff. So
Go for it.
Plague Knight is he's very much with the horizontal movement. He moves across the screen very quickly thanks to his burst bombs and his jumps. It essentially allows him to have a double jump as well, so it's going to be allowing us to go over a lot of pits. He also has the largest knockback of any of the characters in Shovel Knight, so we're going to be using that a lot of times facing the other way so that we get knocked back forward into the screens. And already we got some differences in the brace. Sorry, you guys can go.
Yeah, despite being the first level, Plains is actually really hard to do quick, because it's kind of designed to teach you the core mechanics of the game, so they kind of throw everything at you right away. And there's a lot of low ceilings and this dirt mountain thing and random slimes and just a lot of things that get in your way that make it hard.
Ooh, Lance has to be careful. He actually has half the health right now, so he's got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, because of those damage, what I was saying before with damage boosts, you always are paying attention to your health, because the more damage boosts you can do, probably the faster you can get through a screen.
Yeah, and what you just saw on the bottom screen was the only screen wrap we do in this game. We call it the bubble wrap. Basically, you're getting really high and hitting a loading zone that the game doesn't realize exists, and it kind of freaks out and shoots you 2 screens ahead. Saves about 10 seconds, worth doing every time.
And let's see, we got 3 players taking on Black Knight. There is a stun lock for Black Knight, just like in the other 2 campaigns, but this one's a little bit more difficult to pull off.
It's a relatively simple stun lock, but unlike the other 2, if you miss the lock, you're going to lose a lot of time, because you have to be really precise with your bombs.
And to chat saying they're focusing on one restream or another, one racer or another, we're trying to take care of that for you. We'll comment on anything we see is interesting happening on any one screen at one time.
We're also trying not to talk over each other.
That too. I talk way too much, so sorry.
So after Plains, you go to the village, meet up with your girl Mona. This is the Potionarium. It's basically his Plague Knight's hub. He's going to go there after every single level. You can get upgrades there. We're basically not, because it takes a lot of time. And then now they're in Pridemore Keep, which is King Knight's stage, which is relatively simple. They're going to be doing some interesting damage boosts throughout the stage. But like Plains, the ceilings are really low, so it kind of interrupts your ideal burst patterns.
Sometimes we're just gonna let the music do the talking. But seriously, there's not much, like, high-tech happening right now, so...
Yeah, and every racer's going to be skipping the Big Boom, which is a relatively new route. It's one of the sub-weapons that you can pick up in Pridemore Keep, but since it's so new, we only have 1 runner in the tournament grabbing it. And lancedrago's a low-percent runner, and I think he's not going to be picking up any upgrades at all.
But just to be clear, his time will be a lot. Oh well, he took a death there actually.
Ooh.
But his time should be a lot further away, for a lot
slower
than his PB.
Oh! I didn't know if you were comparing to other racers or PB. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So Flat and MooMoo are fighting King Knight. His basic idea is he's going to be jumping towards you at all times, or if he's going to be jumping into a wall, he'll go away. You can kind of trick him into jumping at the wall again by knocking him away with bombs, and then you just kind of bully him around. Looks like they got a pretty good kill on him.
And yeah, you can see how costly deaths are going to be in this run entirely just by how far behind Lance is right now.
So the good thing about this run is that unlike the Spectre Knight and Shovel Knight campaigns, we don't break any checkpoints in this run.
No, not at all. Money, it's not super tight, so it's not that big of a deal to not break checkpoints.
Yeah, the only real purchase that we make in this game is for the Staff of Striking, which is in Spectre Knight stage.
Yep, and we also get full magic.
Am I wrong about Spectre Knight? No, Propeller Knight stage. Excuse me, I'm dumb sometimes.
Flying machine. There you go.
Flying machine. Yes, the flying machine, and that one's 9,500 gold. But a good amount of that gold can be earned just from beating bosses. At the end of every stage, you earn money based on the boss. So.
Yep. So they're in Lich Yard now. The main difficulties in Lich Yard are these frogs that are super random and like impossible to predict, and also the dark rooms, which aren't that big of a deal for top level runners because we kind of have the layouts memorized. But if you're not a top level runner, it's kind of scary to lose your way around.
Yeah, this frog room that Moo and Flad just passed by, that's a tough room. Because with all the frog RNG, it's very, very hard to predict where everyone's at, but looks like both runners.
Oh, looks like
Lance just died. Yeah. Lance on King Knight. So
I think Pikapete got through the frog room, but not entirely sure.
Yeah, looks like it. You saw Flad just burst into the Spectre Knight screen transition. The reason he did so is so he could land on this platform instead of under it, which saves about 3 seconds on the fight. Whenever you hit Spectre while he's flying, he kind of goes the other way, and you want to bully him into a corner, and wow, he got really good RNG there.
Wow. Yeah, so Spectre Knight, we still have to deal with the coin toss for Spectre Knight in this fight, particularly on his second cycle. 50-50 chance to appear on the bottom left or the bottom right, but Moo got a pretty good kill.
Yeah, Moo also got good RNG, and
yeah, we want him to stay on the left half of the screen.
Yeah, Pete did not get good RNG.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Losing some time through no fault of his own. Flad with the accidental pause because menuing is impossible. Also, every three stages you get a mandatory health upgrade. So you end up having way more health in this campaign than in any other campaign.
Which means more damage boost, right?
Indeed.
So let's talk about the Explodatorium. This is a unique stage, isn't it?
Can we not? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, everyone's dreading the boss that we have to fight at the end of here, so...
Yeah, so the big thing with Explodatorium is there's global cycles all over the place. There's pot lids that raise up and down, and also some fire columns. They're on global cycles, so no matter where you are on the stage, they're always doing the same thing. Which means if you make one mistake, then suddenly your cycle is off, and you have to come up with strats on the fly because there's no way to predict where you're at.
By the way, Lance taking a death in the Lich Yard.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'll just do a quick reminder here. Moo is racing Lance, and Fladervy is racing Pikapete. These are two separate races. It's not first, second, third, fourth. It's first, second, and first, second.
Yeah.
Flad just got past the mini-boss called the Alchemeister. Oh, and then he died. Oh.
That'll give Pikapete a chance to kind of catch up here.
Yeah, Pikapete's now ahead.
Lance getting through the two frogs in the skull room and Spectre's room. I have less to talk about because they're so far apart. But Moo getting the ladder skip there.
Yeah, there's a couple spots in the game where if there's a ladder off screen, you can grab it. It's not every ladder in the game, but it's a couple of them. And when those happen, they're going to be taking advantage of it. Oh no. Lance died
another
again.
death. Yep, this final screen, this is... Yeah, even though we can memorize, this last screen in Spectre Knight stage is actually still pretty annoying to every runner.
Yep. So, Moo and Pete are getting in, and Flat also is getting into the Shovel Knight fight. You see they're at really low health. That was completely intentional, because Shovel Knight has access to pretty much all of his relics that he has in his campaign, including the Phase Locket, which turns him invincible. Thankfully, Yacht Club was really nice and made it so that if you're low health, he'll never use it, which is crucial for getting that stun lock.
And Pikapete is just looking at Shovel Knight. Don't worry about that. Sometimes, you know, restream. Some people's streams go down.
He's having a nice long conversation with Shovel Knight,
and Shovel Knight's giving him the cold shoulder.
Yeah, Flat had a little bit of trouble with Shovel Knight, but he made it out okay.
Yeah, so Shovel Knight can actually use anchors to get out of the stun lock and kind of randomly damage you, but it's not too hard to get back into it if you see an anchor or two.
Yeah. Is this the beginning of a new ship? Plague Knight and Shovel Knight? Oh! Looks like he's done, actually.
Yeah, if you just talk to Shovel Knight for long enough, you just get ported to the water stage.
So, but Pikapete is still ahead of Flad, though. Just a couple of screens ahead.
Yeah, so in the Iron Well, it's the obligatory water stage in the game. Thankfully, the water physics aren't bad at all. You basically just drop slower, you move a little bit slower, and you jump higher. And that's pretty much all that happens. So they're going to be taking advantage of that a little bit.
Yeah. Pika having a little bit of trouble navigating those eels.
They're really hard, dude.
Yeah, you can only damage them on the head. You can't damage any other part of their body, so it'd be kind of tricky, especially with Plague Knight's bomb throwing mechanic and bursting mechanic.
Yeah. So Moomoo's fighting our friend 420 Fish. We call him that because he has a tendency to get really high. Makes it hard to hit him. That treasure chest that's on his angler, that opens up and you can hit it, and that's the only weak spot he has.
Oh, Moo missing a couple of throws there. Looks like she's gonna get the second cycle.
Oh, Moo also accidentally reset her timer.
Uh-oh, yeah.
I mean, that'll only be a problem for SRL. Other than that, we can still get a good idea of where she is.
Yeah.
There's just a lot going on that ladder screen.
So these rockets on the screen, for some reason, are on a global cycle. I have no idea why.
For fun.
Yeah, and thanks to Pete getting bodied by those rockets, Flad's actually ahead again.
So, Anchor Room, it's a little tricky. Especially if you get damaged.
Coming up is Treasure Knight, who is not the most random boss in the game, but he's got some RNG that can bully you a little. They're gonna hope he stays on the ground for the whole fight. Oh, and he's going up to the ceiling for Flad. And for Moo. Good fights, though. He throws that treasure chest, and it sucks you up. Not only does it eat up a lot of time, it does 2 damage to you and steals 500 gold.
If I'm not mistaken, Moo and Pikapete have yet to have a death so far in the race, correct?
I believe that's correct.
So pretty good for
I'm
them
not
so
keeping
far.
track of that. I'm not. I may have statistics, but I'm not keeping track of deaths, so I'm not bothering right now.
We might see. Oh no, that's later. Never mind. Ignore me. But we're at Lost City now. Lost City. Now, why is Lost City a difficult stage?
A lot of
very
lava.
hot.
Yeah, basically.
The main difficulty is really like the lava's higher than pits would be. So, oh, Moo, please. Okay. Made it. And you gotta do those beetle skips, and they're a little scary. Looks like Lance is having a pretty good shovel fight.
Yeah, good job, Lance.
It's good for the runners, but bad for watching. It's a lot more fun to see people try to survive when shoveling.
You're awful.
I'm sorry, I like entertainment. Gosh.
Oh, the other big problem with Lost City is, like, in this room that Moomoo's in, there's these floors that you have to destroy, but if you accidentally destroy too many, then you just friggin' die.
Yeah, and if you do a burst jump, that also, if it's close
Oh,
to the
no!
floating platform.
Vlad
like,
just did the thing I said.
yeah. That's exactly why that room is very, very scary. Yeah, if you push attack too many times in the room that Moo and Pikapete are in, you can actually accidentally throw a bomb and destroy the ground, and you're kind of just done.
Yeah.
Fish out of the water, so to speak.
Yeah, way to give the commentators curse.
I'm sorry.
So Pikapete regains the lead.
Yep. Coming up on Mold Knight, he's going to be going back and forth, and you want to do as much damage as you can while he's in this phase. After his next phase, he's going to try to dig into the ground, and you really want to kill him before he digs.
Lance taking a death in the underwater sections.
That was a really good fight by Pikapete.
Yeah. Moo couldn't get him before he dug, but she got him before the phase after that, which lets him turn invincible. So, good recovery.
Knowing that Moo is in stream chat, I'm sure he's very happy. She's very happy to know that she is very close together with the people in the winners bracket right now.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, in this cutscene here, Eric actually informed me the last time I commentated with him that you have to move left here in this, this cutscene. It's not automatic.
Yeah, my first time playing it casually, I thought I soft-locked it, because you just kind of stand there and nothing happens until you move left.
Casual soft-locking the game. Alright, now we got the flying machine coming up, and this is where they're going to pick up the Staff of Striking, which is a 9,000 or 900...
9,000.
9,000, yes.
Yeah, and if you notice, we actually went, like, usually we go to the closest stage on the map, but we went to Flying Machine because we need that Staff of Striking as soon as possible.
Yeah, with Staff of Striking, every time you use the sub-weapon button, he just gives a slap with his staff. And he can slap so fast that, like, it's super worth it to go out of your way for this weapon.
And the reason, by the way, why it costs 9,500 gold is because we're actually supposed to trade it a relic to Chester, but we'd have to do this whole side room that's actually all these side rooms are kind of the hardest platforming that Plague Knight has in the entire game. And so we don't want to do those. We just buy it instead.
Yeah. And Pete's grabbing it right now, and Vlad and Moo are right behind him. The real tricky part in this stage is that there's the wind mechanic, which blows you around without doing damage. The problem is the wind mechanics attached to these hover minis right here, we call them Jawas, and they tend to blow you into either spikes or pits, so thanks, Yacht Club.
Both Flad and Pikapete had really good rooms. Moo had just a little bit of trouble, but she was able to get out of it very, very quickly.
Oh, Pete. Oh, Pete. Oh, Pete.
Oh,
Oh,
no! Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so you think you're home free once you get into that, once you get out of the triple Jawa room, but nope, there's another Jawa in the auto scroller.
That will be a
Oh,
lot
no.
of... Oh, wow.
And now Pete's having more
Yeah,
trouble with the
really-
being back in the triple Jawa room.
Yeah, and that last Jawa actually respawns if you move too far away from the screen, so not great.
Yes, turns into a quadruple
You
Jawa.
don't want to mess around with the Jawas. They will.
Yeah, and this sequence of screens here, this giant vertical section, can be kind of annoying, because if you mess up, you fall all the way down. Or you can fall all the way down.
Ooh, Flag got the one-cycle wind tunnel, which isn't super hard, but it's scary because you kind of rub up against those spikes on the top.
Yes, these wind cycles are the other annoying part. The wind in general, Propeller Knight, why? We have to like try to be so ahead of all of our cycles. I don't even think Moomoo even trying right now. She's just playing it safe.
Ooh, Flad's going for the new Propeller Knight kill.
Yeah, so with Propeller Knight,
Good kill.
yeah, Propeller Knight actually can't be hit from the front with any projectiles, so you have to be kind of creative with the bombs.
Moomoo's also going for the new kill. This kill was just found by Tolu, like, last week or so. And, it's much better than the old one.
I mean, that's what happens when you have, like,
Nice.
20 people running one category all at the same time. New tricks are found.
Oh, it looks like Pete's going for the old kill, actually. Not gonna get the fast one, but... Oh, wow. He might... Oh, you almost got it.
A
A little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
So Flad's fighting Black Knight again, and it's mostly the same fight as the first time, except he has a full life bar, and also he can just kind of choose to jump out of your stun lock for some reason.
Yeah, the stun lock is actually has a smaller window than it did for the first Black Knight.
Yeah.
So you have less frames to continue to have that stun lock.
Flad had some trouble, but he got out of it fine. Moomoo having a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Pikapete just now starting his fight.
Oh, now that we have a Staff of Striking, we should probably go over the magic in this game.
Oh yeah. So you've got a magic bar. Every time you use your sub weapons, it uses a little bit of it. No matter how much magic you have, if you have any, you can use it. Like even if you have like a little tiny pixel, but if you run out, it kind of burns out, and you can't use it again until your magic recharges.
Easiest way to think about it is to think of the magic bar as a stamina bar.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if it gets depleted fully, we cannot use it again until it gets refilled.
So this is a stranded ship. It's got some ice mechanics that they're not really going to worry about because they're not usually going to be landing on the ice. And some really, like, dangerous enemies. Like, right here is the Hammer Brothers room, and Flag got through it really well. Jesus.
I think we missed it on Flad and Moomoo's screen, but Pikapete coming up to this damage boost. Ugh. Yeah, deciding not to go for it. That's okay.
Yeah, I think he went for it, but went just a little bit too far.
Yeah.
And, better to go too far than, like, not high enough.
Yeah, I think his timing in the previous screen was just a little bit off, too, so...
Yeah. There's this screen here that Flad's going through, which is like a long spike room. It's really scary, so you want to be taking damage boosts to not get killed by the spikes. And now he's on Polar Knight. Polar Knight runs back and forth and throws snowballs at you, The big thing is that he digs up spikes in the stage, which kill you in one hit. And he's dead.
Wow, that was a quick fight.
Yeah, Polar Knight is pretty easy for all characters, but I still feel like Plague Knight has the hardest time with him of anyone.
I would agree with that.
Just because you're always in the air, and those snowballs are thrown into the air.
Oh, pickles.
Yeah, that's what's going on, definitely. Polar Knight clears the driveway. And Moomoo's playing it safe, continuing to gather as many flasks as possible. Has 4 flasks in reserve right now. And those flasks... Yeah, sorry.
You're going to see Lance doing Stranded Ship now. He's not caught up. He hasn't done Flying Machine yet. The reason he's in Stranded Ship now is because he's running Naked Plague, which does grab the staff. So it's more optimal to just do the levels as they come up.
Yeah, you just run what you're used to, and since Lance is a low percent runner, he's going to continue doing the low percent route.
Way to stick with what you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the flasks. I kind of wanted to do explaining of another mechanic there. The flasks, they are a temporary health buff. They give you a temporary max health buff, as they are now, as Moomoo is now upgrading her magic to max, and it's just a temporary health buff, and it persists until you die. So between stages and everything, so it's pretty useful to have for those extra damage boosts sometimes.
You can also use those to heal 1 full circle of health as well.
Right, along with it giving you 1 max health, it also heals for 1.
Yeah. And Fled just made it through what we call the auto-scroller skip. It's not technically an auto-scroller, but there's that platform that you're supposed to ride on, and that takes almost a minute, so we just don't.
Come to Owlboy for an actual auto-scroller skip.
But we can't skip the second one.
I'm sorry, what? Random advertisements. Oh, okay.
Man, Flat is just taking a commanding lead.
Yeah.
I mean, now we can actually talk. Even though Lance is a stage behind at this point, they can still talk about him now because he's on the same stage currently.
Well, not anymore. They're in a Clockwork Tower now.
Right. I don't know. I guess because like the gears and stuff, it still looks art style wise. Yeah. It's pretty similar.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's another annoying screen.
Yeah.
So all the other 3 players have been passing by all the screens that give me nightmares, honestly.
Yeah.
But Lance, I guess, is not having too much fun with those right now.
Yeah. And Fled killed Tinker 1 pretty fast. He's kind of a joke boss. You do double damage to him. And then this is the real Tinker fight, Tinker 2. He comes out on mech, and you just kill him.
Yes, thanks to Staff of Striking.
Yeah, Tinker 2 is kind of a joke boss, too. From what it looks like.
With Staff of Striking, he is.
Yeah, with Staff of Striking and Max Magic, he kind of melts.
That's the whole reason why you get Max Magic, is so that you can continue to just slap him in the face as much as you want. We actually had a run. Oh.
One more hit.
And that giant spike room just got Lance.
Oh.
I'm sorry, that's what I was owing about. But there actually was a run where someone forgot to upgrade their magic before this before doing this stage, and it was not fun to watch.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was interesting to see how they reacted to it, but it was like it was disheartening because they were like, "Oh, this could be so much faster."
Oh, and Moomoo's having some trouble getting up there to Tinker.
Getting hit by those.
She's also really low health. Okay.
Remember, she's got those flasks on reserve.
Tonics.
Flasks, tonics, whatever. I've been calling them flasks.
Tonics.
There are actually items called flasks, which is why I need to correct you.
Yeah, okay,
anyway,
so that whole mechanic of healing max health and healing one, that's for tonics, not flasks.
Yeah. So,
I don't know why no one in chat corrected me. Get on that. What's wrong with you?
So, Flad's in Tower 1.
Crusher section.
Kind of like Wily's Castle. You gotta go through a final gauntlet before the boss. Made it through the Crusher, okay. It's another one of those things that's kind of like an auto-scroller, but you can go fast enough to ignore it.
Yeah. If you're just a little bit slow, though, it can crush you on one of those edges.
Oh, yeah.
So.
It's one of those things where if you even think you might be a little slow, it's better to just stop and take your time.
Yeah, and Fled passed through it like it was nothing, but pay attention. Those two chandeliers and the Chompy on the right and the Liquid Ninja on the left, that might cause some trouble for the other runners. So when they get to that screen, you might want to start watching.
And as Moo and Pikapete enter Tower 1, Flat is entering on Black Knight 3. Tell us a little bit about Black Knight 3.
Oh. So
that's a good way to explain it. First off, he doesn't have a stun lock. Okay, you got the rest.
Yeah, so he's gonna be running around. He wants to do this like projectile attack, and Flad lucked out and didn't get it. It looked like he was gonna do it. He kind of teleports around the screen and throws projectiles at you. Takes about 8 seconds, and holy cow, that was a good fight.
Flad having a very good day.
And then he turns into a bird and flies, and it's not a great time.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Laurie's. I believe it was Laurie who first coined the term that he's taken Red Bull because now he has wings.
So also at the end of Black Knight 3, after you kill him, you want to see about getting to the right side of the screen or closest to the door as possible, because that's in this game, right?
Yeah, because otherwise in the cutscene, Plague Knight will have to walk all the way to the door, and he walks through very slow.
Yeah, I think it's 5.3 seconds if you are all the way to the left.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that jaw was not a problem. The one that Moo just passed.
Yeah.
As it typically is for Shovel Knight. Flad navigating the Mario Maker room.
Yeah, we call it the Mario Maker room because it's like a big random assortment of blocks and slimes and lava, and it's just really good level design, guys.
It's a filler room.
Okay, and Flad has made it past the last Jawas in the game, and he's coming up on the final auto-scroller as well. We might see him taking some intentional damage in this auto-scroller to prepare for the boss rush. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Shovel Knight at the end of the boss rush. Shovel Knight's always the last boss, but leading up to it, we just want to have 2 health because it wastes time to get those damage boosts during the boss, like take damage during the boss fights.
He's going in with only 6 health?
So if you want to do it optimally, you would go in with 2 health, but obviously the bosses are dangerous as well. It's not like you're not going to take any damage from these bosses. So
is he insane?
So you can die before you even get the shovel. And you don't want to jump into any turkeys. So there's no health regen that you want to do because you want to be at Shovel Knight at 2 health. So he's going into this with 6 hits basically.
He also only has 2 tonics.
Oh man,
he's a madman.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
he's having a good day.
He also just clipped through those blocks. If you get up there before the blocks load, you just don't have to care that they exist.
Yeah, that it's very helpful. These are very helpful little glitches to have if you can memorize auto-scrollers, like runners can.
Yep, so now Flad's in the boss rush. The order that the bosses show up in is mostly random, except Polar Knight's always going to be in the first 3, because they don't want you getting to the end and then getting one-shot by spikes. And then Shovel Knight's always going to be the last boss.
2.5 health for Flad.
Oh.
All eyes are on Flad right now.
Oh my god.
Not even caring about the other streams.
2 health.
He's gonna have to be really careful.
Mm-hmm.
He does have 1 tonic in reserve, and he is at 1.5 health right now. Or 3 hits.
I believe Pete took a death in the...
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got a whole section with where you have no ground and you're just above the screen, so
Yeah.
that can be kind of annoying sometimes. Looks like Moomoo's gonna be coming up on the boss rush as well pretty soon, and she's not taking as much damage beforehand as Flat decided to do.
Thank God. Okay.
Very careful not to get the turkey. 1
Yes.
health left for Flad.
Yeah,
2.
so you now 2. Okay, use that last tonic, and we still have 3 bosses before we get to Shovel Knight.
Oh man.
I think he'll be fine. These next few bosses aren't really a problem.
Yeah, it's fun to watch the new quick kill on Spectre Knight as well. Now that we have the Staff of Striking for this boss, watch it just bouncing off the wall. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, and he just kind of melts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Staff of Striking is broken. Please don't change it.
Don't hit the turkey. Okay.
So why is it that we don't want to grab the health?
Same reason we want it to be low health in Exploratorium to stop Shovel Knight from using the Phase Locket. So
Yeah.
it's gonna let us stun lock him.
Same rules still apply from the first Shovel Knight fight.
Gotcha. And Pikapete is now just entering the boss rush room.
Yep, and Vlad is fighting Shovel Knight with no tonics.
Luckily, there is a stun lock for Shovel Knight as well, but sometimes he will heal out of it and anchor out of it. There's just it can happen.
I see
got it.
Flad in chat, so spoiler.
Oh my God.
And Shovel Knight remains victorious anyway.
And Moomoo has just healed herself back to full health, and has full tonics on reserve as well.
No joke. When you have a low PB, those turkeys are the hardest part of boss rush.
Yeah, you can be knocked back into the turkeys, and you automatically heal if you get hit into a turkey. There's no way to cancel being healed for it or anything like that. And it's commonly known as turkeyed, as Vin just pointed out.
So Flad is entering the last level of the Plague Knight run, going through the flying block stage, or part of the stage.
Wait, I thought this was Plague Knight, not Link to the Past Randomizer.
You can't just make that joke with every character?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that room exists with every character, just by the way, so you can continuously make that joke. So Enchantress kill is probably not going to be too much of a concern for Flad, considering how well he's been doing today. It's going to look scary to all of us, but I'm pretty sure Flad knows what he's doing.
We'll see. She's going to be kind of tricky to get the fast kill on. Lance is getting bopped by triple Jawas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the way it's going to work is eventually she's going to end up on the bottom of the screen, and we got like 5 hits here, so...
Oh!
Yep, she's going to jump... Maybe, yeah, she's kind of second-guessing herself.
Oh, no!
Herself, but,
okay. Oh, no.
For good reason, too, because he just died.
Vlad didn't throw enough bombs to stall.
And Moomoo is fighting Shovel Knight with full health right now. Didn't even bother to get down to 2 health once getting turkeyed. So now we're not really able to stun lock because that phase lock exists now.
Yeah, that fight, by the way, is why we want 2 health.
Why do I see all the runners in chat?
They find time.
Okay, so Enchantress is dead now.
Lance took another death. But it was right next to a checkpoint, so not a huge loss compared to where he's already been.
Yeah. So Flat's coming up on the boss, Plague of Shadows, which is basically the Plague Knight fight from the other two campaigns, except the floor is constantly rising.
Tetris, as it is.
Yes, and so yeah, that's what I figured. We're not gonna see the idle kill from Vlad.
No. Fun fact: when you enter this fight, if you had no tonics, it'll automatically give you 2 tonics.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Okay, now we're fighting the washing machine.
The more you know.
Yeah.
So we gotta break this washing machine, and then the Plague Knight, the giant Plague Knight thing mouth will open, and then we have to hit that thing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be trying to get 2 cycles. Of course, we'll probably see some legendary 3 cycles.
Looks like Flat's gonna get the 2 cycle. Yep.
Yep.
So that was a 40-43.
0.7. Oh, Lance having some trouble with the Propeller Knight here.
Yeah.
That no projectiles. That projectile shield in the front that I was referring to earlier can cause some pretty large problems for novice runners.
Yeah. Fun fact: in the first patch of the game, like his whole sword would block projectiles, so it was even harder than it currently is.
Yeah, Moo playing it safe actually. With
what was fun about that fact? Just curious.
The fact that it's easier now, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. You win this one.
Pete actually got knocked into the turkey by Shovel Knight, which was unfortunate.
Okay, so Moo now moving into Plague of Shadows. After doing a bit of a slower Enchanter's kill, not opting to go underneath the platform.
I don't blame her, it's much safer. And looks like she's having a bit of not great luck against Plague of Shadows either.
Yeah, trying to do a pit there, like you would for Shovel Knight almost, it seems. Probably not intentional though.
Yeah. Okay.
Lance is racing Moo, so that was Moo is most definitely gonna win this, unless he takes like I don't know, like 20 deaths.
Yeah, she would have to like soft lock the game here.
Yeah, basically. I don't even know if there is a soft block this late in the game.
Not that I know of. I hope not.
We'll find one.
Please no.
No, I'm kidding. Let's see how many cycles Moo ends up going for here.
Oh, that might end up being a 3 cycle, I think. She didn't get enough hits in the first phase. Nope, she got it. That looked like a 43-12.
Trust me, I will be going through frame by frame to figure out what fractions of seconds we got during that time.
And I think Pete knows it's over already, so he's... Oh, no. He was going for a safer fight, and then he got knocked into a pit.
Yeah, both of the other runners could forfeit at this point if they wanted to, or they could finish it out. It's really up to them.
Dang.
We don't go by times. Oh, we got a Moo.
Hi, Moo.
So, congratulations on surviving.
Ooh. Thanks.
Lance is having a bit of a rough time.
But he's getting a lot farther than he did last time, that's for sure. Last time he got stuck in Flying Machine.
Wow, yeah.
So that's actually...
I can definitely see the improvement.
That seems like a pretty good time for you, Moo. I don't think you've gotten that quickly pretty often.
Oh no, Lance just died again. Actually, no. My times, vary a lot. I'm still really inconsistent, but my sum of best is sub 40. I'm trying to get the sub 42 before the tournament's over.
I already forgot what you got there. It was like a 40. Yeah, you almost got sub 40. You were like 41 something.
It was This was a 43-12, I believe it was.
Oh, 43-12.
It wasn't a PB, that's for sure.
That was some really bad luck this round.
Hi, Vlad.
Hi, Vlad.
Hello, Vlad.
Congrats on your win.
Thank you.
Yeah, 40-43 is still good. It's the fastest time that we've had so far in this tournament, so...
BR.
Yeah, but it had some really costly mistakes.
Yeah.
And
I can't believe you got a 40 with 2 deaths.
that stupid death. I wasn't really rushed to get a cycle,
Yeah.
but I didn't need to worry because the next one
Don't worry about it, Vlad. Like,
was going to...
Actually,
So that was...
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought they bit bad the Dino way. And then there was the Lost City one where I...
Seems like your mic's cutting in and out occasionally.
Oh.
you're fine. I can hear
And
you.
then there was the Lost City one where I threw one more bomb because I was expecting the animation to get cancelled.
Oh, yeah.
For that.
Oh, right. So I had
But
the stream open.
surprising,
And I saw that, Vlad. I was like, oh no!
I think Pete's gonna get the 2 cycle.
Yeah. Oh, Vlad, just by the way,
Oh,
your
and
opponent...
treasure first on boss rush it really hurt.
You're a
And-
madman for going into
I-
boss rush with 6 health.
So what I usually do, I just pray I don't get treasure first. Then
Yeah,
everything
but-
else fine.
Yeah, and then you did.
Oh, there were 3 deaths.
Meanwhile, Moo got turkeyed during the boss rush.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that. I'm full.
Yeah.
I ate 2 whole turkeys in the course of like 3 minutes.
Pete actually got knocked into turkey by Shovel Knight.
Oh,
I think the same thing happened to me partway through Shovel Knight's fight, because I definitely got knocked into it by, not Propeller, because Propeller was first, but King, I think?
Oh, look
Yeah.
at all
At
those
least-
Portuguese
at least the
stage
rest of
names.
boss rush was fine for me. So it made up for that. Like, did not die.
Oh my god, that's great imagery. Just Plague Knight in the middle of boss rush. I don't want to eat it, but I can't resist its allure. Jesus Christ, Lance giving me a heart attack there.
Yep. Now in the Mario Maker room. So Flat, I was gonna mention before, your next opponent, is actually in this room right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello,
West.
next opponent.
Hi, Vlad.
Oh, should
I
you
hope
say?
we have an enjoyable race. So,
Yeah, oh no, Lance. Yeah, I hope it's an enjoyable race.
Wow, Vlad, you might as well
say
say it. Just enjoy your next no reset.
So as Lance goes through this last auto scroller, let's get some encouragement up in chat here. Let's see some encouragement in chat as he makes it through the auto scroller.
Yeah, Lance being a trooper, continuing to go through this run despite not having to, honestly, but just feels like
I would much rather just finish it. Try and get that sub hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's very true. Yeah, we has yet to get a sub hour, so that's what Lance is going for right now.
Go, Lance,
believe
go.
in him.
Go, Luan, go. Wait.
That's not
Wrong game.
Is this still eligible for a low percent, or is it not? Like I don't know.
No.
He's been-
no.
Right, he's been picking up those. He's been picking up all the green coins still.
Yeah, so in low percent, you can't buy any upgrades, you can't get any green coins, So it's really, really hard.
Yes, but a lot of the time, those green coins are pretty much just in the way, because there are so many of them. There are 420 of them, the weed number, within the entire game. So it just becomes a nuisance to try to not pick them up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you do not want to. You want to pick up that checkpoint. Do not jump over that.
Troy, thank you for reminding me of one of the best comics I've seen. Mona! Did you know that 420 is the weed number?
Great. Oh, and actually, you can still see the screen that Pika actually ended with the best with the other good number for any percent. Pete has the eligible run now. The only valid one. I don't know about the other ones actually, but at least Pete's is valid. Moo, Flad, were you paying attention to how many coins he had?
I got over 69.
Invalid.
Yes. Only one valid run so far. I mean, with this, Lance will technically have an any percent. He can submit this to any percent if he wants.
Yeah.
And it'll be faster than his low percent, probably.
Yeah, it's really hard to get a good low percent time, because, like, anytime you grab a coin, you have to exit the map, and that can cost anywhere from, like, 2 to 8 minutes.
Yep. And also, even if you're amazing at dodging every coin, it is usually the slower route to dodge the coin on all the screens.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I
it looked
hope we
like
don't see... Oh.
It kind of looked like Lance turkeyed himself.
Yeah, he's, the stun lock in low percent is really, really hard. So, I don't even go for it in my low percent runs, honestly.
Although he did just take some intentional hits from Mole Knight at the end, it seemed.
No, in that phase that Mole Knight was in, it's actually not possible to hit him. So, there was nothing he could do about that.
Besides just jumping into him without, like, no holds bars.
Yeah, I guess. He's actually had a pretty decent boss rush so far.
Yeah. Luxuries of being on Speed Gaming 5. We can continue to have this stream going. Just watching this, because nothing is gonna happen after this on this channel.
Well... That reminds me, I should look at some
Good
stuff
treasure fight.
I mean, there is other stuff going on. There's a no glitches allowed marathon that's happening on Speed Gaming 3.
There's also a Super Mario Odyssey thing happening on Speed Gaming 2.
Yes, I could have been commentating that, but I chose to come here instead, so you're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
They had more people available for Mario Odyssey anyway. So I was just like, they need me here. Also, another thing, I'm a mod, so if you thought there were no mods in Speed Gaming 5, I'm here. I'm watching you.
Let me update the bracket.
It's really nice that Propeller Knight can't break holes into the floor in a boss rush. Makes him just a little bit easier. Oh no.
Okay, so
So when the Kingfetti happens in boss rush, it stays for the next fight.
Also, I don't know if you realize it, but at the end of my boss rush, I had really low magic, so I had to like jump just to stall the jump just before Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just to stall a bit. and lose more time just to have magic in time plus 3D.
I mean, we could have Pete.
Like that it worked.
I was realizing now we could actually have Pete join in if he wants. I know we got a lot of voices going on here, but he can still get his thoughts. I don't know where he is.
If he wants to join, he can. He doesn't have to, though.
Okay, so we have coming up tomorrow, Lori versus BB. That's the next Plague Knight race. And then we have more to schedule, but yeah, those will be coming up throughout the week. Oddbod versus David will be happening on Wednesday.
Okay, so Lance is done with Boss Rush. Going to be heading on to Tower 1.
And he's got 4 minutes to get that sub-hour. Can it be done? I actually don't know. I'm asking you guys, because I don't run this category.
Optimally, it's possible. I'm not sure if it's going to happen here, though.
It's basically going to be... Oh, barely possible, yeah. If he really just goes through, doesn't die, and manages to kill the last 3 bosses. There's way more RP that needs to happen, mashing for cutscenes, the actual stage of Tower 3. So we'll see.
He's doing better than I would at this game, that's for sure. Takes me an hour just to get out of the first screen.
Vlad, just by the way, do you always run in Portuguese?
I started doing that like 1 week ago.
Okay, yeah, but it's just good to get that representation out there. There are so many languages in Shovel Knight, and of course, if you speak one of them, why not change to it? That was scary.
Okay.
Yeah, like Eric running Japanese, and
Yeah. David and I run it in Japanese. Puppy Fan runs it in Spanish.
yeah, that's what
Yeah, Moomoo, you might want to have the restream up. It's just so you can react at the same time all of us are.
You would have to pass me the restream. I'm just watching it off of the actual website.
If you have... Okay, I can do that to you.
Yo, Hefe is the best part of Puppy Fan streams.
There you go. Even though we only got 3 bosses left.
Oh, be careful.
Whew.
58. 2 minutes to beat the last 2 bosses. Would have to really put some work in on Plague of Shadows, and would have to definitely 2-cycle or 3-cycle. It's looking really grim.
I think this cutscene's a little bit too long.
Cutscene skip.
Cutscene sip.
Yeah, and knowing Lance's inexperience, he might just end up going for the idle kill here. Just to play it safe.
As long as Lance doesn't actually press any buttons.
Yep,
that's what's happening.
Yes, idle kill. This is my favorite kill.
This could be, though, a very sick PB for Lance. Not sub-hour, but still very good.
Yeah. Plague Knight wins by doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so after 30 seconds, so none of the projectiles can actually hit you. So so after 30 seconds, Plague of Shadows just gives up. It's a little Easter egg in here.
This is hilarious to me.
But it is faster to actually just mow him down. You are steadfast in your resolve.
Actually, if he books it, it's still possible, I think. No, never mind. He doesn't have Staff of Striking.
Yep.
Oh my god! I want to see what this timer says. Please smash that timer.
6 hits left. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, come on. 3.
Oh, he got it!
Oh my god, it happened! He got it!
Wow. Good stuff, Lance.
Oh, that is
I
wonderful.
was doubting that, but it happened.
Man.
That was so good.
Man, even with the Easter egg kill, wow.
Who would have figured?
Easter egg kill and a bunch of deaths, but that's probably why we're already at this time. But of course,
congratulations to
that should only
Lance.
give you room,
Yeah.
room to improve. But yeah, congrats, Lance.
Very.
Yeah, Lance is unfortunately out of the tournament, but got a really good PB out of it.
That's a
Moomoo's
good way to
gonna
go.
Moomoo's moving on, Flad's moving on. Pikapete's going to be knocked into loser's bracket.
Hey, it's Lance, everybody.
Hi, Lance.
Yeah.
Congrats
This
on the
is-
sub hour.
Yeah, it's far less stressful when I'm not worrying about coins, I'll say that much for sure.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, we were talking about how you have to restart stages and everything if you pick up even a single
Oh.
coin.
God. Don't look at my PB, it's an absolute disastrous mess because of that.
But yeah, good stuff. Unfortunately out of the tournament, but you got a really good PB out of it, so...
Yo,
it's
thank
really
you for
something to be
joining.
proud of. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for joining the tournament.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's like a perfect way to leave a tournament, is to get a PB.
Yeah. And didn't get sub 50 I kinda hoped for, but I got sub hours, so I'm pleased enough with that for now.
You just got to get better at the rooms. You really,
Yeah.
all of it is just a lot of practice. All your deaths were really just because you don't know the stages as well as some of these other runners.
Well, that and I'm not quite confident in a bunch of the rooms, like the
Yeah.
Hammer Bros room especially.
Yeah, that's just going to come with playing over time. Alright, I don't know if we have anything going on Speed Gaming 5 after this,
Don't.
but
Nope. And
Cool,
I need
so-
to get out of here. I gotta go practice hundo real quick.
Yep. So our next race is coming up tomorrow, and we should have some more throughout the week. So keep an eye out on either Speed Gaming's or MooMoo's Twitter feeds to find out when. I'm going to be signing out. I'm Eric DLC.
I'm Wes Beardtooth.
Troy Athens.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good one.